welcome back. Today I'll be talking in the car again. It's a nice day out, so I figured why not. Today is week 2, day 2, and this week is talking about credit talk and tips. And today specifically, we're going to be talking about maintaining your credit. Last video we talked about building it. This video we're going to be talking about maintaining it. And so what does maintaining your credit look like? Two main platforms that a lot of people use one is Credit Karma. Now, a lot of people don't like Credit Karma because they're not 100% accurate in what they report, but for me, they give you the gist of what's on your report, and they're free, and you can check it every day, all day, however often you want. The thing with credit, with checking your credit anyway, it costs, and so that's why I advertise Credit Karma, because they're free. Now, there may be some other stuff out there that's free. Feel free, to research it. I just can't put my name on it because I haven't done it. But I have used Credit Karma, and I currently use Credit Karma. If you want to know a more detailed picture of your credit score, I would say go to annualcreditreport.com. It gives you all 3 bureaus. And it gives you a more accurate depiction of what's on your credit score. Now, it doesn't give you your credit score, but it does give you what's on your credit. And Credit Karma only gives you 2 out of the 3 bureaus. And like I said, they're not as accurate as some people like. So if you want an accurate account of what's on your credits, go to annualcreditreport.com, and you get 1 free pull every year. If you want to look more than that, you're probably gonna have to pay. And so, yes, going back. So it's monitoring your credit is key. So you can either monitor it through Credit Karma, however often you want, or you can do once a year with annualcreditreport.com. That's free, or you can pay to see it every month. That's up to you. So the first thing is monitoring it. Second thing, so we're all pretty much, adults. When we go out here and we're looking to buy cars, houses, credit cards, anything that pulls your credit, you want to keep in mind that hard pulls hurt your credit. And so with me, when I go looking for different things, I ask, or not when I go looking, but when someone asks me to pull my credit for whatever reason, I'll ask them, well, is this a hard pull or a soft pull? Because you have to be aware of what's going on your credit, because soft pulls don't really matter. That's the hence soft. Hard pull, if you get too many of those within a short time span, 30 to 60 days, that can lower your score by a couple of points. So just be mindful of your credit inquiries. Another obvious way on how to maintain your credit is to pay your bills. The bills that you have reporting on your credit reports, pay them on time, and pay them off as quickly as possible. Because if you don't, you're going to get hit and your credit's going to go down. A little short story about me. So I had a student loan payment that I was paying just like $40 a month. I think it was like, not the big one, but it was a small one. $40 a month, and I was paying it, I think, for a year consistently, no missed payments. And one day, I don't know what happened, but the amount didn't come out of my account. And so I checked my credit score, and it had dropped. It was like a couple years ago. I think it had dropped more than like 50 points. And I was like, what? Are you serious? One missed $40 payment can drop your credit score 50 plus points when I've been paying it for a year consistently, and it doesn't go up 50 points every time I pay it. So that's when I realized that credit is some bull. No, I'm kidding. But that's not when I realized that credit is, it's some bull. To be honest, it's really some bull. You just have to know how to play their game. And after that day, I realized, like, you're not gonna get me twice. They say fool you once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So you're not gonna get me 2 times. So just keeping in mind to pay your debt. And so speaking of debt, I want to kind of go over to credit card debt. and how to maintain that so that your credit score can be maintained. With credit cards, maintaining your credit cards, I suggest paying on them every check and paying them off every month, because when you don't pay them off, that's when credit starts to negatively affect you. And I tell everybody that I advise to pay off your credit. Make sure you pay off your credit card as much as possible before the month ends or before your statement period ends. And if you get paid twice a month, pay half of it one check. Don't use your credit card that much if you have a lot on it in between your first check and your second check, because if you do, then you're going to have a lot that needs to be paid on it the next check, which you might not be able to afford. And so pay half of it, your first check of the month, and then for the next 2 weeks, use it minimally, and then the second check, pay the rest off. Because like I always say, I don't like paying people extra money at all. So I don't like paying interest. And so I make a habit to pay off my credit cards every month, because I just don't want to give away free money at that point. And that's how credit cards get you, is by the interest. And it's by, you using your credit cards when you don't have the money. And that's another false thinking process that people have, is that they use credit cards during emergencies. It depends on how you set it up. If you have a regular credit card that you're using frequently, that's obviously not an emergency card. So you shouldn't be using that card when you have no money. And that's how they get people to get into that debt cycle, is by people thinking, oh, I have a credit card, but I don't have no money, so I'm going to use it. Like, no. That is not what the rich do. That is not what the wealthy do. They use credit cards when they already have money in their account. And so I want you guys to follow in the footsteps of the people that you aspire to be like, as far as wealth. Don't use your credit card when you're out of a job. Don't use your credit card when you don't have money. Don't use your credit card when you're dead broke. Unless it's like emergency reasons where you got to get to work and you need gas or something, or you got to feed your kids. But I would say try your hardest not to use your credit card when you don't have the money. And in addition to that, you want to look at your credit card statement at least weekly. I would say every other week, minimally. And make sure that what's coming out of your credit card is what you actually purchase, because a lot of people will get you, so you have to stay on top of your game, because ain't nobody gonna stay on top of your game for you. And so you have to be responsible and look at your credit statement, or create a credit card statement, and see that everything is accurate, everything is matching up. And nowadays we're all technology driven, so I do it via apps. And so hopefully you have your bank app downloaded to where you can do this, and you've already been doing it. I'm just here to tell you to do it more frequently than you probably have been. And so last week we kind of talked about secure credit cards, and I want to go into maintaining your secure credit card first, right? And so maintaining your secure credit card looks like you using that card and paying it off every month, right? Once you get familiar with the process of owning a credit card, and you're becoming responsible with it, when I say responsible, I mean using it when you actually have the money, paying it off every month, you can move on into getting a secured, unsecured credit card, which is a regular credit card, right? Then we can talk about maintaining that credit card, because first you have to maintain the little steps, the secure credit card. You have to be confident that you can what's the word I'm looking for? You can handle that type of responsibility, because a credit card is a responsibility, period. That's why you can't get one until you're 18. They want you to use a credit card for their benefit, not yours, right? But at the same time, they have to uphold the law. And you become legal at 18, right? And so that's why they say you can't have a credit card until 18, because you have some responsibilities that you are assumed to know about and to be able to handle, right? So just keeping in mind that. Okay, so just to recap, maintaining your credit looks like. One, monitoring your credit, so going to Credit Karma or platforms like that, going to annualcreditreport.com annually for checking in detail, and then inquiries, so making sure that when you are out here living your best life, and people's trying to check your credit, make sure it's a soft pull, and if it's a hard pull, just be mindful not to get too many of those within a 30 to 60 day time span. Thirdly, pay your bills on time. Whatever is reporting on your credit reports, make sure you pay those on time consistently so that they won't negatively impact you. And then 4, paying off your credit cards. Yes, paying off your credit cards, I would say you don't have to pay them off completely monthly in order to have a good credit score, but you have to pay something on it in order to have a good credit score. And keeping in mind, in addition to that, not having to totally pay it off, you want to keep in mind your utilization ratio. And so what that is the money that you have available to use or to borrow versus the money that you're using. And so if that number is above 30%, so you're not paying more than 30% of that number, then that will negatively affect your credit score. So you may not have to pay all of it, but you need to at least get your utilization ratio is below 30%. If you can't afford to pay your credit card off completely, make sure it's below 30%. Yep, so that's all, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps. Again, I'm always here for questions or comments. Feel free to DM me, comment, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.